Three variables that we have to work with in our foundation techniques are resistance, cadence, and position. The first technique that I want to show you is called fast cadence, light resistance. The lever is not up all the way, but close to that in a seated position. This position is used to warm up, to cool down, anytime we're doing recovery work after a hard work interval, and also to teach leg speed drills. In this position, we're going to teach the foundation of good cycling. If you notice my upper body, I want you to note where my eyes are. When a rider keeps their eyes straight ahead, it keeps the cervical spine in line. If, on the other hand, I'm looking down at the ground or I'm bobbing my head around, it could place unnecessary stress on that area. Next, dropping down to my shoulders, you can see that they're relaxed rather than hunched. When a rider gets fatigued, one of the most common things that you'll see is they'll start to elevate their shoulders, hunch them towards their ears, and cause a lot of tension in that area. So the shoulders dropped and relaxed is what we ask for. Also, if you take a look at my upper back, rather than being rounded or hunched, it's relatively neutral. You can remind your riders to keep their shoulder blades pulled back, pulled together, or pulled down. Those cues help them to go from a position of that forward rounded spine to a more neutral spine, engaging the muscles of the upper back. Following down to my elbows, you can see that they're soft. Oftentimes a rider will extend the arms completely, locking out the elbows. And immediately, what that does to my shoulders is to draw them up towards my ears, creating unnecessary muscular tension. So again, a cue of asking them to soften their elbows or even flap their wings a little bit releases the tension in that area. Now, going down to the wrists, my hands are relaxed, the wrist is neutral, and as you can see, there's no squeezing or tension on the bars. And going down to my lower back, there should be a slight inward curve or a slight lordosis. That spine should be in a neutral position. It's very helpful after completing your warm-up, before you just ask your riders to go down to the bars, if you ask them to sit up very tall, to lift the sternum, and then placing their fingers in the hip joint, make the movement come from there. In other words, hinging forward at the hip, placing the hands lightly on the bars, and then maintaining that neutral spine. This position, fast, light, seated, again, can be done as a recovery or actually as an effort interval if we ask the rider to increase their cadence and work on leg speed drills.